वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you everyone for joining us in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we continue our journey. There's no higher joy in life than hearing about Krishna and speaking about Krishna. There's nothing which comes even closer to it. Yeah. There's no higher joy in life than sharing Krishna consciousness, giving Krishna consciousness, or taking Krishna consciousness. There is no higher joy than being Krishna conscious. And throughout this journey of Bhagavad Gita, through the practice of Krishna consciousness, one can realize the more one hears about Krishna, the more one finds peace within oneself, love within oneself, love with Krishna, love likings with everyone as such. The more one speaks about Krishna, the more clarity one finds, the more strength, motivation one finds, more joy one gets. I mean, we are speaking about Krishna, but it's we feel so nourished. We're chanting the holy names of Krishna, but us feeling so nourished. So there's no higher joy in life than hearing about Krishna or speaking about Krishna. And it is hearing or speaking about Krishna which will lead us to remembering Krishna. Remembering Krishna. And that is the success in life, to remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So with this hope, aspiration, prayer, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And yesterday we ended with this, that asking this, if you could come up with some events, some items, some things, activities, like the result of which you could consider to be as a result of chance. So if you feel comfortable, then please share on your part and we'll try to discuss that. And we continue with the shloka. So chapter 10 and text 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam budhabhava samanvita. Okay, Harsha, you read translation, and Lucy, Ellie, Harsha, in turn read purports, please then.
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings and understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual world. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahman. Indra, and all of the demigods. In the Asava Veda, Gopala Sapani Upanishad 1.24, it is said,
Yo Brahmanam Vedadati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanta Gopayati Sma Krishna.
it was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayana Upanishad says they
Atha Purusho Ek Vai Narayano Kamayata Praja Vidya.
then the Supreme Personality, Narayana, desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues,
Narayana Brahma Jayate, Narayana Prajapati Prajayate, Narayana Indro Jayate, Narayana Ashto Vasavo Jayante, Narayana Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayana Dvadashiyataya.
in the beginning,
From Narayana Brahma.
you want to read it first?
From Narayana Brahma is born.
And from Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Rashas are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adhyas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna.
It is said the same Vedas, Brahmanyo, the son of Devaki Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. Narayana Apashad 4 is said that
Eko Vai Narayana Asin Na Brahma Nashino Napo Nagni Somo Neme Dvaya Aprithvi Na Nakshatrani Na Surya.
in the beginning of creation, there was only the Supreme Personality, Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, no sun. In the Maha Apashad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. Okay.
Asha, would you be okay to read? Okay, Lucy, you read. Dharma section of the Mahabharata, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha Rudram chapi aham eva sridami vai. Tau hi mama na vidanito mama maya vimohita.
Patriarch Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Purana, it is also said,
Narayana paro deva tasmat datat chaturmukha tasmat rudro bhavad deva sacha sarva gyatam gata.
Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born.
And
Lord Krishna is the short source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me, no one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna, one who understands Krishna in such a way from his bona fide spiritual master, with references from Vedic literature, engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretation on the Bhagavad Gita and processed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness.
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for reading. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, mata sarvam pravartate. Aham means I. Sarvasya means everything, all encompassing, everything included. Sarvasya means everything included. Prabhava, the source of generation, it says. Mata sarvam pravartate. Mata means from me. Sarvam, everything comes from me. So, this world is a physical world of cause and effect. And Krishna is saying, whatever you are seeing or looking and all, there is a cause behind it. There's a cause behind it, and I am the ultimate cause. I am the ultimate source. I am the ultimate cause. Believe it or not, we all are trying to find our source. Believe it or not, we all are trying to connect to someone. We all are actually searching directly or indirectly, willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly. Krishna only. This is George Harrison from Beatles. He wrote actually in the prologue of Krishna book, and he got the message of Krishna consciousness from Srila Prabhupada, and he did a very great contribution in the expansion of Krishna consciousness, helped Prabhupada a lot. And he wrote very beautiful in the prologue of Krishna book that every one of us, knowingly, unknowingly, willingly, unwillingly, directly, indirectly, we all are searching for Krishna. We all are searching after Krishna. And that is the natural proclivity. As loving is our natural proclivity, serving is our natural proclivity. Likewise, because we are soul proper, because we are energy, we are sparks, we are sentient beings, it is our, by default, we are looking for our source, to connect to our source. And here Krishna is telling loud and clear, I am the source of your existence. Shall I share another, say, therapeutic message, and you can see how you find it? Again, when in loneliness, sometimes we can be in loneliness even in a crowded place, right? Not sometimes, many times. Even we could be with crowded place with friends and family, in a big wedding with family members, or at workplace with in some party. Lots of people we know personally, but we still might feel and many of us feel lonely a bit. And in general, if loneliness, in whatever situation, see how you find this. I'm a part of Krishna's existence. Now, just this thought, this message, I'm a part of Krishna's existence, I find in itself so inspiring, so caring, so loving, so motivating. I'm a part of Krishna's existence. I belong. There is a value for me. There's a belongingness to me. And Krishna is saying, I am your source. He's the source of not just matter, spirit, and everything. So he's the source of all material and spiritual worlds. Everything emanates from him. And this is wisdom, to understand that everything comes from Krishna. So, like, we'll try to further understand or see. Now, if you would like to share some of the thoughts, like some of the things, what you think is an event of chance, is a result of chance. Harsha, Lucy, Alexandra, if you are comfortable in sharing, please share. Okay, so Lucy, you share first, as you like jumping in.
I thought being born was by chance.
Anything else?
Waking up each day by chance.
Sandy, would you like to share?
Coming here to this ashram was by chance. Needing to have surgery to then lead me to a spiritual awakening and bringing that into a profession was by chance. Meeting certain people in my life was by chance.
Hare Krishna. I think my reading of Bhagavad Gita just happened by chance.
Okay. Anything else, Harsha, you would like to say by chance?
Yeah, I was just thinking about seasonal changes that happens
Seasonal changes. Beautiful, huh?
automatically. I mean, we have no control over it.
Anything else, Harsha?
No, just thinking.
Thank you. Uh, just to let you know, what all you said is by chance. Actually, nothing of that is by chance. Sorry to be disappointing, but yeah, none of it is by chance. And I will try to share why I say none of what you said is by chance. And I will share some things which I reckon is by chance, and you let me wrong. Huh? I'll try to prove you wrong, and I give you an opportunity to prove me wrong as well. Okay? So fair play, right? So things which I reckon is by chance, and simple things. Tossing a coin, come head or tail. I mean, either head or tail will come. Well, someone may argue, what if it lands like straight on feet and say, uh, middle ways? Okay, but either head or tail will come, right? So that's by chance, whatever comes head or tail. So that was the question. An event and activity, the result of which is by chance. So toss a coin, by chance head or tail may come. Huh? Then um, throwing a dice, It's by chance. 2 may come, 4 may come, 6 may come, 0 may come, 1 may come. Throwing a dice on a board, by chance, whatever comes. Another could be dart, right? Aiming and then throwing kind of the, what is it called? The dart thingy. No, dart board and the,
Is it hitting the bullseye?
no, that's the dart board hitting the bullseye, I think, but the object which is used to throw the arrow. Brilliant. So the arrow throwing on the dartboard. Now it may hit 7, 8, 9, whichever color and all. That's kind of by chance, right? Wherever it lands. Another could be bingo is the game, lotto, bingo, what they say, huh? And say I have a piece of paper wherein there's this number 88, 24, 11, 108 scratch cards, huh? And say Lucy calls out a number, someone may call out a number, and it may come 88, it may not come 88 by chance, isn't it? So, do you agree with me? Are these all by chance? Okay, so we we see, huh? Nothing in this life is by chance. You know, there's this word coincidence. What does it mean? So, Harsha, and so Lucy Ellie saying like coincidence is a good thing happening by chance, right? Or could be a bad thing happening by chance. Anything which happens by chance, like, oh, coincidence, what a coincidence. That supposedly, to give an example, someone is flying from the UK to Spain for a holiday, and a friend of, say, Lucy is flying from the UK to Spain for a holiday. Ellie is also happens to be flying from the UK to the Spain for a holiday, same day, same flight, and they go to the same place and same return date. That's purely coincidence. They didn't plan and all, and they happen to see each other in the airport. And wow, okay, I didn't know you were also planning ahead. That's like coincidence, right? Actually, tell you something. Krishna conscious teachings. There's nothing like coincidence. It is all Krishna incidents rather than coincidence. Krishna incidents. Chance. Prabhupada didn't like this word actually, chance. What does by chance mean? It means that I do not know it, but because of my lack of knowledge. So I call it by chance. Oh, that's just a matter of chance, by chance. Because it is beyond my perception, it is beyond my capacity to conceive of. It is beyond my radar to tune in, to connect, to understand. So, by chance. Now, what Vedic literatures teach us, someone may consider think that someone may say this, right? My birth is by chance. Actually, nothing of it is by chance in the sense it is because of our Karmana Deva Netrana. Very beautifully, actually, in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 31, text 1, Kapila Muni explains Karmana Deva Netrana, as in this our taking birth is life is in progression, and this body is just intervals, but life is one only. Soul is one, life is one in progression. So our taking birth is a result of our karmic reaction and our desires from past lives, and this is beyond our calculation. So we may seem it to be a chance. But I ask this question now: for Lord Brahma, is it for him a chance that I happen to take birth in such and such family at such and such date, time, place? For him, no, it is not by chance. Because Lord Brahma, he looks after our karmic accounts. Yamraj, the Lord of Death, he looks after our karmic account. Huh? And there are other administrators who look after all of our nitty gritty of our karmic accounts, reactions, desires. and our habits and things and all. And then Lord Brahma has a tremendously good database, very good database, very up to date software. He uses everything. So he knows very nicely my karmic account, my desires and things, and then suitably he lets, okay, this family, this time, this date, and so and so forth. So it's like I do not decide the date of my birth. None of us decided, okay, we want, oh, I will born in on such and such date. No, I didn't decide the place of my birth as well, nor the time of my birth, nor my parents as well. But in a way, being soul, I have a choice. Huh? It was through my past lives. Through my past lives, my choices, decisions, and all, they influence, and accordingly, the next life is shaped up. Wherein the choices stop. As in, like, a small example, say before committing a crime, shoplifting perhaps, huh? I have the choices, I know things and all, everything that's there. But once I commit the action, say, and if I'm caught and all, and if the case is in police, then my choice stops there. Then it's like working out the details of it, and based on the law book, the lawyer may say, okay, no, you just put him in jail for 5 days, 10 days, this jail, that jail, wherever, and all things like that. So, likewise, our birth is also not by chance. Huh? Now we may decide, okay, I want to celebrate my birthday. My birthday is coming. Now I can decide the place of my birth celebration, say birthday celebration, the venue, what time I want to have the party, whom all I want to invite, what dress do I want to wear, what makeup do I want to put on, what music, and so much so. But I could not consciously as such decide the date of my birth, but it is not by chance. Through my past lives and all, it is all formulating, if that somewhat answers. Huh? And another, like, waking up daily is by chance. Just like I don't know how much breath I hold in this life, but Lord Brahma knows how much breath do I hold in this life. This is why many spiritual practitioners, especially when they do pranayam and all, many spiritual practitioners, yoga practitioners, yogic practitioners, they're very conscious of their breath intake, exhaling in and inhaling, because they know that life air is so important, and this breathing, and we have a certain amount of breaths being given to us, and we don't want to misutilize it. And this is why they don't live they want to live stress free life, because that affects the breathing as well. They want to live as less passionate life, more simple life, because that affects the breathing. They want to live less ignorant life, that affects the breathing. So I do not know how many breaths do I have I come into in this life, but Lord Brahma knows, Lord Yamraj knows, and others know. And because I don't know, I seem to take it as a matter of by chance. Likewise, our meetings with someone and all, it is not by chance, it is Krishna incidents because of some past life, karmic reactions, predominantly desires, and like that. And likewise, this surgeon. So, life is what I personally like Bhagavad Gita, through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, the two ways to see things. One is good, another is bad. Mm. And another way of seeing thing is as event. Which is better, to see them as events or to see them as, okay, this is good or this is bad? Which is more helpful? What do you say? Seeing them as events is very helpful. So for a Krishna conscious sadhaka, how he sees is he sees everything in life as an event. And actually everything in our life is just an event leading to another event, leading to another event, until and unless there is a direct spiritual intervention, there is a direct devotee intervention, direct Krishna conscious intervention, which leads us into a Krishna conscious trajectory. That is also leading us to an event, which then ultimately there would come a point in our life wherein we would be situating, leading ourselves to an absolute event, a firm, fixed, absolute event from which we should never get shaken up. Uh, In Bhagavad Gita itself, chapter 6, text 23, Krishna says, Yam labdva cha param labham, manyate na adhikam tate, yasmin stite na dukhe na guru na api vichalyate. Hmm? Like, meaning, established, once established, thus, one never falls down, comes down from, one can um, experience, one can come through the greatest danger, and one will never get shaken up. One won't never get shaken up. So that's like when one is situating oneself into absolute event. Mm, that event established thus, one never departs from the truth. And upon gaining this, uh, he thinks that there is no greater gain. And one is never shaken up in this when he's in this situation position. So life will help me navigate through life when I try to transform myself from seeing life as good and bad and more as events, and ultimately put myself into such a Krishna conscious event which becomes my absolute proclivity as such. Then, yes, like currently we are sitting in Karuna Bhavan temple room in Lesmego, a small village on top of a hill in Scotland, and it's quite windy outside, very windy outside. But inside the temple room, it's very peaceful. The temperature is very good, and it's windy outside, but nothing inside is shaking as such. So when we put ourselves in a Krishna conscious event, then we will find like such a higher strength. So it is very helpful if I transform myself from seeing things as good and bad, then I would be stuck up in reality. But if I see them as event leading in my life, having faith in Krishna, moving on to an absolute event, Krishna is preparing me to come to an absolute event. So in that sense, nothing is like coincidence. Everything is Krishna incidents. There's a cause. Everything is caused by a cause, and I have a role to play. We all have a role to play. None of us live in isolation. There's a strong interdependency, interconnection between us, Prakriti, the nature, material nature, higher living entities, those who are in this universe, in the higher living planets, in the higher planetary systems. Them are referred to as demigods, those who rule over those planetary systems and also keep an eye on planet Earth as well and have more dominance. And ultimately, Krishna. See, Lord Brahma keeps an eye on our karmic record, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Lord Ramaraj, but they may also have a miss, and actually they have had some slips and miss. But Krishna never misses, and Krishna is accompanying us, residing in our heart, within ourselves, with ourselves, in as Paramatma, and guiding us. So this is why our interactions, meeting, like coming to Edinburgh as such, wasn't by chance. And again, coming to Karuna Bhavan, when we see life, maybe in hindsight, which is fine, we'll say, okay, this is a notice of Krishna. We get so many notices from Krishna to be Krishna conscious. Uh, in very simple sense, if I say, and see if you are able to relate, see what Krishna conscious does, the teachings, the practice of Krishna consciousness, it exposes the nakedness of this world, the futility of this world, and reveals the beauty of Krishna. Yeah? And when I say beauty, it reveals the intelligence, the mastermind, the glory, the uh, greatness of Krishna. All of this intelligence, mastermind, glory, greatness can be summed up as one word: beauty. Can be some, and actually, we read, right, Bhagwan, one who possesses six opulences, and these are the opulences we have: beauty, then strength, wealth, fame, knowledge, and renunciation. This is what attract, right? Generally in this world, like knowledge attracts a lot, hmm? Money attracts a lot, wealth, fame, wow, fame attracts a lot, and even renunciation, when we saw that also is so attracting, such a energy, such a pull, such a force. mm, Strength attracts, and then beauty attracts. Of all this, beauty is the most attractive, because we all are attracted to forms, huh? And see, this is why Vishnu Puran, Parashar Muni, see, Krishna consciousness, we take Krishna to be God, not out of our whims. You know what does whims mean? Whims. Out of our own idea, imagination, concoction, because I feel like, no, it's not like. Do you know who is the current UK Prime Minister? Rishi Sunak is the current UK Prime Minister. Someone may argue, no, actually Liz Hurley is the current UK Prime Minister. Someone may say, well, for you it could be Rishi, but for me, Boris Johnson is the current Prime Minister. But no, what the Constitution says, what the current law, and based on that, we know Rishi Sunak is the current UK Prime Minister. So, on those lines, what scriptures say, what Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself here is declaring, saying, Aham means I. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds, means Krishna holds the key. And he's not saying I am the beginning, not the beginning, because there is no beginning. There is a huge difference between beginning and source. There's is it's not like I'm the beginning. Okay, I started off, I created. No, no. This world is also permanent, material world, uh, like ongoing cycle. And spiritual world, it never came into creation. It never needed creating. Krishna himself never like, okay, I've become God now. No. And we also, this is why we are as old as Krishna. I am as old as Krishna. Why do we worry or fear that? Because that is not natural for us. That is not at all natural for us. We want an eternal life, but because in this life I misidentify myself so strongly with this body, my name, hmm, my family origins, thoughts and all, and then so attached in this body, and if I have to give it up, that strong separation leads to fear, and this is why that becomes so worrying and like that, and that is not natural for us. So Krishna is the source of all material and spiritual worlds, which means he's the key, the source, everything comes from him. And source meaning Krishna is, in one word, if I have to, I could have asked this as a question, but maybe I would not, because in one sentence, in one, not even sentence, in one phrase, say one short word, say, if I have to put forward, okay, what does God mean? How do you define our characters? Understand? God, God means someone who is all capable, all capable, all powerful, all capable. Now, one who is all powerful, all capable, he can be the source of all material and spiritual worlds, or one who is the source of all material and spiritual worlds is all powerful, all capable, because he's the source. He's the source. And thing is, Rishi Sunak is now the prime minister. He may not be next year, say, after 5 years or sometime. Huh? So currently, Rishi Sunak perhaps holds the key, but for how long? Don't know. Not for long. Someone else will come. Someone else will come. But such is not the case with Krishna. He has been, he is, and he will be. He is the source. So Krishna, God, meaning one who is all powerful, all capable, all capable. Now, one who is all capable or all powerful, say, he can be all pervasive, and if he wants, he can shrunk himself. He's all capable, all powerful. So, because he's all capable and all powerful, because he's the source of all material and spiritual worlds, or vice versa. So, this puts things into perspective, as in there is a now the purpose, the creation, why sort of thing and all. So he's mentioning that those who know this engage in my loving devotional service. The entire purpose is that there is a loving connection bond with Krishna. So now things like, okay, coming across reading Bhagavad Gita by chance. No, because in previous lives, this is not the first time we are practicing devotional service. No, in previous lives also we had done devotional service to some extent. We had association with saints. We had this something called the sanskars in Sanskrit, which means sub impressions in our subconscious mind, impressions in our subconscious mind from past lives. Like one good way, should I share what samskars or impressions mean? I mean, you let me know if it's good way or YouTube. Everyone uses YouTube. Even my parents, my mom knows YouTube and she uses it. So everyone like YouTube, right? And phone or laptop. Now, YouTube, if one uses YouTube for say 5 years, wow, then YouTube knows, right? This person been using YouTube for 5 years. What videos over those 5 years has one watched? Which video for how long, how many times? YouTube has the database, can easily record and bring things up, right? So that is what we are creating our samskars on YouTube. Now take this. 5 years I used YouTube, and 2 years I was completely off smartphone. I didn't open my phone at all, and in nowhere I connected to YouTube using my Gmail or things. And after 2 years or after 10 years, I go back to my phone and open YouTube. Will not YouTube recognize me and bring all those things which I saw like last 15 years? Oh, you had watched that as well, that you had watched this suggestion that. So sanskar is something like that. Past lives, what all am I accumulating? This comes to me in this life, sitting as impressions in my subconscious mind, which from time to time like bubbles come up, right, in ponds. So time to time they sprung up, and they don't, oh look, at one point in life you used to like this music, at one point in life you used to like this dance, you used to like this food, you used to like this place and all. So that's like coming up. Also I say, for us everything is in division: past, present, future, morning, evening and all. But for Krishna, life is in continuity. It is one life only. But because I am changing bodies, so comes into picture samskars, comes into picture karma, and this is required. This is very much required for me to be peaceful in this life and progress. So point being that study of Bhagavad Gita is also not by chance. We would have studied Bhagavad Gita in previous lives. We would have associated with devotees, done devotional service, and done non devotional services as well. And because of our association with saints in previous lives, this life is also giving us an opportunity. But yes, we have a conscious decision to take. We have a conscious, like today, devotees from Karuna Bhavan have gone to the streets of Glasgow to distribute books. They would be meeting many people, approaching them and trying to give them books. Most of them would say, I'm all right, I'm fine. Many of them would not stop. Hmm. Those who stop, general response would be, I'm all right, I'm fine, give it to someone else who need you. But at least they had this interaction. At least they were approached by a devotee. 6 months later, they might be approached by another in Newcastle. Oh, I'm all right, I'm fine. At least they were approached. Another 3 months later could be approached in Wales. I'm all right, I'm fine. At least they approached. Next year in France. Okay, let me take a book now. So that's how. So it's not like by chance we are studying Bhagavad Gita. No. Now coming into seasonal changes and all. It is not by chance that seasons are changing like that. Hmm? Nothing as such comes by chance. the Big Bang theory as well, it is not by chance. Yes, there was a Big Bang explosion. There was an explosion, Bhagavatam says. But what was that explosion? How? What caused that explosion? Is there anything in life which we see hasn't got a cause? There is a cause. It could be that I'm not aware of it. That's another thing. It's beyond my knowledge. That's another thing. But there is a cause. In one way, to understand this, at least the first sentence says, I'm the source. We all have done train journeys, right? We all have done train journeys, sat in train. Now, in train, say that, say in train, there are 10 coaches. Now, coach 10 is pulled by whom? Pulled by what, say? Can I say coach 10 is pulled by coach 9? Hmm? Coach 9 is pulled by, the coaches, they are connected. One coach is connected to the other. So the coach at the rear end is pulled by the coach over in front of it. Then the coach in front of that is pulling the other coach. So there's a cause, there's a link, a chain, a cause. Now, I may think that the immediate cause is for coach 10 is that it is being pulled by coach 9. But actually, the ultimate cause is what? The engine. It is the engine which is pulling all the coaches. And engine, did it come on its own? No, there's a mechanical engineer. Engineer who created that engine, right? Who made that engine. So engine is not has not come about on its own, and it's not by on its own engine is pulling the coaches. There's a mechanical engineer who created the engine, who designed, made the engine, and there's a driver. The train could be driverless, but then someone made the train a driverless, right? The very word artificial intelligence, what does it signify? To me, it signifies, yes, to me, it signifies the very word artificial intelligence, that there is a natural intelligence out in the world. This is why, thankfully, they call it artificial intelligence. At least that much sanity we are using. Hmm? To me, it signifies that there is a natural intelligence in the world out there. And through this natural intelligence, we are trying to manipulate what? Matter. We are trying to manipulate matter, machines, and all, and make them artificially intelligent. Huh? So, in a way, we are little Brahma actually. Brahma is the first engineer of this world, of this universe. Lord Brahma created this universe and brought about all these emotions, everything with cooperation, Lord Ramraj, Mother Durga, like that, and under the supervision and direction of Krishna. So nothing is like causeless. Even if I share this example, say we are on a walk, and we go top of a hill, and a big field there. Now it's a very less crowded place and all, and we are sitting there having a lunch. If suddenly a stone comes and hits you on your shoulder, what would be the reaction, say? Yeah, okay. And what would we do and say, like, would we turn around, say we are on a field, an empty field, distant, far away from city, and we are with friends and having lunch there, and if I'm hit by a stone, okay, oh, wasn't expecting at all, would be a surprise shock. And would I turn around and see where did this come from? Huh? And is there someone who threw this? Hmm? Not just like sprung on its own. Even if it's sprung on its own, wind is causing it. Not just on its own, stone starts levitating. No, wind is causing it. Something, someone is causing it. Wind is causing it, and there is a demigod who presides wind, Vayudev. He is controlling or administrating it. And even Vayudev, demigod wind, the god of wind, he is controlled by Krishna ultimately. He is the source of everyone and everything. Uh, It is much better to connect to the source. Like, uh, what is better, to cure the problem or cure the cause of the problem? Exactly. If when we go to a surgeon, a GP, doctor, they say, right, uh, cure the cause of the problem. We also say, what is causing it? What is the root cause and all? But unfortunately, we live in a temporary world, fast-paced world. So just quick fix. Quick fix is one thing. Krishna consciousness doesn't teach us quick fix. Krishna is not saying uh, quick fix. He's saying, I am the source. I am the source. Huh? So it is much better to understand the real root cause of the problem and cure the cause of the problem rather than the problem. And this life, we get stuck. Why? Because we are so much fix this problem, fix this problem, fix this problem. Why do in companies every other year the values changes, the principle changes, hmm? Government new change? Because we are struggling somewhere to find the cause, the link, the source. Now, some ways, did I ask, like, what makes us believe in God? This is one question. Another way to ask it is, what makes us believe in the existence of God? I find more weightage in the later question. What makes us believe in the existence of God? Hmm? Now, what makes us believe in the existence of God? Well, one thing I say, practicing Krishna consciousness, we should realize the very fact that I exist means Krishna exists. The very fact that I exist means Krishna exists. And this is what mantra meditation, the japa will help us realize, understand. Uh, Bhagavad Gita, I say, Bhagavad Gita we are studying, the practical application of Krishna consciousness japa is the strongest, the bestest practical application of Krishna consciousness. Certainly, devotees, they find the, if I may use the word, groove or the charm or absorption. Some find in reading, some in listening to classes, some in kirtan, some in other engagements, and some in japa. But that's um, what we are trying to understand, assess. The knowledge will sink in when we do japa. It will sink in more nicely when we do japa. Krishna, while chanting his holy names, he will purify the heart so much. And as we were discussing the other day, the knowledge will be transmitted, all revealed, all come up in the heart, clear, natural, on a fine day altogether. So, in the existence of God, this what makes us believe in the existence of the of God, say, things which devotees and many atheists say, which is very sense making, like paintings. Behind every painting, there's a painter. It does not come up by chance. No, there's a painter. Then he's painting. Now, see, we have what natural rose, natural flowers, and what do we make? Out of that, we make artificial flowers, artificial rose, like look alike and all. So we are actually hankering after Krishna. We are trying to see the source. So behind, like, this world is a world of, again, cause and effect. We see design in this world, and behind every design, there is a designer. Behind every design, there is a designer. Uh, We see organized, as Harsha was mentioning, right? Seasonals organized and all. Behind every organized, there is a person behind. Hmm. Within your home as well, you see, we try to organize our homes, we try to organize our diaries and everything. There's a person behind, a conscious force. Force is of whom? The person's force. There's Krishna behind, the source of all material and spiritual worlds. So there's a fine intelligence, a fine tuning design. There's a fine tuning intelligence behind. There's a fine tuning organization behind. This is why all the we speak in this world, right? Natural laws like weather, seasonal. So if there is a law, there must be a lawmaker. Has any law come about without a lawmaker? No. If there is a law, there has to be a lawmaker. Now, when it comes to studying, say, history, school, college, legal affairs, countries, and all, we say no, it didn't come about. Someone passed this law. Who passed this law? Doesn't it? If I say, if someone stops me and says, no, no, this is as per the law, I would ask, who passed this law? This is not. So that who question comes about. But why doesn't this question fit in when it comes to seasonal changes or seasons and creation and all, or law? Huh? There must be a lawmaker. The law of this gravitational force. Now, new scientists Newton and Einstein and all, they studied and all, and they say, but actually the law existed from before. It's not like apples were not falling from before. Huh? They were falling even before as well, but someone discovered it and someone thought, okay, yeah. uh, at least we understand there's a difference between invention and discovery. That much we understand, which is good. So the laws existed, and it's not like Krishna invented in a way or discovered something. No, they were there, but it becomes revealed to us, and we are such a what do we write? Manufactured by such and such company. What did we manufacture? Ultimately, we are taking things from Krishna, land, water, everything we are taking from Krishna. We are using it for our purpose. We are processing it. And at the end of the day, what do we say? Manufactured by such and such. This and this brothers, this and this company. How much credit do we give to Krishna? No, none, none. And COVID, COVID showed this. COVID showed this. Um, COVID actually, well, to some again, COVID was by chance, but for many, it was not by chance. Those who are more awakened persons could see this coming through. The way the world was going, the way the world is shaping, and all a karmic balance or a karmic influence and all, it was bound to come and all. And COVID showed us the how strong nature is over us, how strong. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we read chapter 9, text 11, text 10, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. So he's supervising. And there's one species we all know actually. There's one species in this world which is the cause of all problems, which is causing problem. Or if that one species dealt nicely, there won't be any problem in this world. Which is that species? Surprise, surprise, it is us humans. It is us humans. Plants are living by their nature behavior, animals as well, everything. Just us humans are off track, out of track, because we consider ourselves to be too smart, too smart. And this too smart is causing us problems, is giving us problems. If we really consider ourselves to be smart, we should understand who is the source. Now, some ways how it helps again, the many scientists, theists, devotees, they explain like, and hopefully we can find our shelter resolve in this in terms of the existence of God. No painting has come up without a painter. Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci, right? So many other such things, uh, designs and all. Nothing on this seasonal or things, right? Like, one second. If you want to do Bharati, please feel free. I can go in conservatory. Yeah, okay. So, uh, So, on speaking of this seasonal things, seasonal changes and all, like law and order. There's everything law and order behind. There's nothing like lawless or orderless. To give an example, there are many examples to share, but say one for instance. What is the distance between Earth and Sun? The distance, and we find this in Vedas. We find this in Vedas. The distance between Earth and Sun. It's something like 93 million miles, something like that. Huh? And it's written in the Vedas. And modern academic science also has come about with their calculations, and they seem to be saying on those lines what is actually written and recorded in the Vedas, which is like 93 million miles away. And now, what the Vedic science is, and even um, the modern academic teachers also say or agree to it, is like if the sun, if the sun were any little slightly more closer to Earth, you know what would happen? Earth will, yes, we would burn out. And if the sun was far, a bit far from Earth, we would be freezing. That now this arrangement, has it come about by chance? This fine tuning, there's a book, Fine Tuning and Intelligent Design, by His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, Dr. T.J. Singh, Prabhupada scientist disciple. And there's another book, him and seven Nobel laureates, not one, seven Nobel laureates. He had interviews with him, with seven Nobel laureates. And Dr. T.D. Singh, such an evolved personality, very non-confrontational personality. He had such good friendships with Nobel laureates and scientist people. He himself was a scientist and a disciple of Prabhupada, sannyasi order. And he used to discuss present Krishna consciousness in a scientific manner. So, and he wrote a book like, he wrote many books, but I found all his books very science oriented, and I'm no good at science. And he wrote one book like, uh, scientific basis of Krishna consciousness. Even that's too scientific for me, huh? And wherein he explains so nicely, like about chemicals, like diamonds and all. You know, they have this much, oh, this much this chemical, this much that chemical. Yes, what makeup of these chemicals. Now you join two chemicals, that reaction, this is what it gives and all. So scientifically, he's proving that the source of all existence is Krishna. It is not by chance. Nothing is by chance. It is my lack of knowledge which makes me believe, okay, by chance. But for Lord Brahma, it's not by chance. For Lord Shiva, it's not by chance. For Lord Ramraj, it's not by chance. For Prabhupada or those who are knowledgeable, not by chance. For Krishna, certainly not by chance. Something for Brahma as well bewilders him, sure. But nothing as such bewilders Krishna. Or Krishna is also bewildered by his pure devotees. He is also gets bewildered, but that bewildered is meant is a transcendental bewilderment. The relationship he shares with his pure devotees. So, in terms of this organization things, the distance between Earth and Sun, that fine measurement, see? Another some things which coming to my mind, the many such points and all. One, photosynthesis, we might have heard of it, right? What does it mean, photosynthesis? Harsha, you know, remember photosynthesis?
Yeah, that's the process of plants making food from sunlight and water.
Photosynthesis is the best waste management technique in the world. It's the best waste management technique in the world, is not? Look, plants, they take energy from the sun, right? They take energy from the sunlight, mm, and they give out, through this process, they give out oxygen, which is a waste for them. They give out. And can we survive without oxygen? No. We need oxygen. We take in that oxygen. And what do we give out? Carbon dioxide, which is a food for them. And who created this sort of relationship, interdependence between us and plants? Krishna. Now scientific world, we may study this. Oh no, no, look, we have discovered something. What? Photosynthesis. This is called photosynthesis. And write books around it. And there may be a question in coming up in class in science school, huh? And 2 mark question. What is photosynthesis? This is photosynthesis. But did it not exist from before? It did. It did. Hmm? What is it we are discovering or new? There's nothing new in this world as such. It's matter and its matter interaction. New is knowing the source. That also is not new as such for us. Krishna consciousness is not a process wherein, oh, I have known something new. No, it is all uncovering. It is there within us, just needs uncovering. It is there. This is why, like, sometimes when devotees do japa for first time or first initial days, cry out a lot. Many go through this emotion wherein they cry out kirtan or japa. Why? Because that is within us. It's just suddenly uncovered. And suddenly this rush of emotion, or suddenly this uncovering and all, makes one so in separation from Krishna, wanting and that emotion and that experience. So this photosynthesis, the best waste management technique. Naturally, the way we study nature, the way we study nature, it will point us to Krishna, the personality behind nature. Nothing is like from a point as such. No, there's a cause, and ultimate cause is Krishna. This is why, see this again, this shloka, na? The wise, Krishna is wanting us to become wise, who understand will fall in love with me. Meaning, to faith, to under, to come into spirituality, practice spirituality, first of all, we are told, okay, get your concept of God clear, say. Understand who is God, why we say Krishna is God, what does God mean and all. And eventually forget, give up the concept of God altogether. Krishna is a person. He's a person residing in Goloka Vrindavan. There his energies and everything scientific, Vedic, Tattva and all. But ultimately, rasa. We want rasa, right? We want our absorption and engagement in that loving relationship. It's rasa. So anything that connects us in a loving exchange and emotion, that sort of rasa is what we want. So Krishna is a person and we exchange that loving relationship with him, giving up the concept of God altogether. Like in Vrindavan Braj Leela, when Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, you know, Krishna was bound up by motor. Some of us might have heard this story past time. Krishna being mischievous, yeah, God is mischievous. Krishna being naughty, mischievous, he was punished by his mom. God gets punished. This is Krishna, perfect and complete and beyond. So Krishna gets punished by his mom. His mom wants to discipline him and binds him with a motor and tells him, "Today you are not going to play." So his mates, his friends, they are so scared they don't want to go and all. And Balram, Krishna's elder brother, surprise, surprise, God has an elder brother, Balram. So Balram goes to Mother Yashoda petitioning, "Oh no, free Krishna will want to play, and he has got things from last day's play. He has to perform his task and all. So free him." And don't you know, Mother, who is he? Don't you know who am I? I am Ananta Shesh, holding the universe. And don't you know who is he? The source of all existence. He's Sakshat Narayan, Adi Narayan, Mool Narayan, original Narayan. He's uh, the origin of all material and spiritual worlds. So we are direct incarnation of Narayan, or we are Narayan Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, We got, and you are doing this, mother. No, this is no good. No, no, this is not good. Okay, now open him. That's fine. You did it. Now open. And you know what Mother Yashoda replies? She comes with a stake and says, "Okay, you are God, huh?" And seeing that stake, see, you run away right now. Otherwise, I am going to bind you as well. All gods have come and taken shelter in my home as if, and trying to mess me. I've got things to sort out. And your brother God is hungry. I have to make food for your brother God. Otherwise, he cries. Seeing a cat, he jumps and runs, and he gets freaked out. And you say he's God, huh? So run away. And Balram, he got so scared, he ran. That is the relationship of love, as in Krishna is oblivion that he is God in Vrindavan in Braj. For him, it is natural. For him, it is normal. But we are so used to miracles that any cheap person, if he does any miracle in front of us, oh, he's so spiritually elevated, he's levitating, he's this and that, he's God, he must be God, he must be God and all. But that's not the thing. So Krishna is saying here, claiming that I am the source, and not just here, in other places in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita says Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shiva in conversation with Mother Parvati in Padma Purana and other places declare about Krishna, devotees say, and then when the Mahamantra and what other Upanishads and all say. So point being, how do we understand a faith, a belief in the existence of God? Huh? How do we understand this photosynthesis? It does not come about by chance as such. Uh, and these intricate things, the distance between Earth and Sun, has it all just come? In this our human body, the design is very intricate. And they say amongst the whole organs and parts of our human body, which is most intricate is the eye, the way it is designed. It's very, very neat, very, very intricate. I mean, has it all come about by chance? How our digestion happens, how the nervous system, everything is connected with each other. Now you see our human body, and do you see car? Is there any similarity? We design cars, right? But if you see the bonnet and the wires and all everything, and within us we have these nervous systems and everything, veins and all mocked up. What we humans did, there's a natural helicopter. Which is a natural helicopter? Mosquito. Fly. Right? A natural helicopter, mosquito, fly, like that. And seeing this, we build what? Helicopter. There's a natural aeroplane, which is birds. Natural aeroplane, birds. And seeing the birds fly, oh, let's make an aeroplane having wings and all. What are we doing? We are such copyrights people. We are copying from Krishna. We are copying, prototyping, copying, and everything. And in return, we are giving no gratitude of thanks to Krishna, no credit to Krishna. And this is why we live in bewilderment. And Krishna is saying, kindly understand your source. I am your source. And not in a egoistic sense. Krishna is not saying like, look, I am your source, obey me, and pay obeisances, like salute to me and all. What is he saying in the next sentence? Like, Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Those who are wise, who know this, they engage in loving devotional service. Furthermore, also he will say with us. So nothing as such is by chance. There's a Behind every creation there is a creator. Behind every design there is a designer. Behind every intelligence there is a mind intelligent person. Behind every law there is a lawmaker. There's so much fine intricate laws, like giraffe, giraffe's neck. There's something very intricate about giraffe's neck. How has it come about? Just by chance? No. What is it that has come about just by chance? I believe he was the 40th president, Reagan. Ronald Reagan is his name, or Reagan? I know I'm not remembering his first name. Ronald Reagan, perhaps, but Reagan, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, he's a Christian theist. I don't know, was or is like, and he invited many of his atheist friends for lunch. He invited many of his atheist friends for lunch, had a very good lunch meal prepared for every one of them, and he served them. And after tea, he asked them, "Did you like the food? And was the menu all right and everything?" I don't remember exact, but after all this, he says that after having all this good lunch, also you just say that by chance, huh? You say this by chance after all this. So there's no chef, there's no cooking, huh? There's no chef, there's no cooking. After all this, you say it is everything by chance. So no, it's not by chance. The way we see rain, agriculture, and everything, we won't see it coming by chance as such. No. So again, when I mentioned like I said some things, right, like tossing a coin, it can give us. It's in my room on the table. So on saying this thing, that tossing a coin and head and tail, whatever may come, is by chance. Actually, that is also not by chance. Why I say it is by chance is because, like, in the sense, how about if I give you a mathematical model, a physical mathematical model with some parameters. If someone tells, if I ask someone, okay, tossing a coin, okay, if I can decipher how many flips does the coin overall take, what pressure, with what pressure the coin is released, hmm? How many, what height does it cover, how many flips does it take, and if I am given all these details, I can work out, right, whether head will come or tail will come. So for me, it is a chance because it happens so quickly, I just cannot calculate it. So it's by chance. But if I go in real slow motion, real slow motion, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, coming down again, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head. Oh wow, I know, yeah, head will come. If I go in real slow motion, like throwing a die on the board, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, whatever may come up. But again, if I can parameterize something, okay, the angle, the speed, what would come about, then it is not a chance. I know, yes, if something is thrown with this pressure, angle and all, it will return me 4, it will return me 6. Likewise, the scratch card or the bingo thing, that thing. And again, see, this all is set from before, that the head or tail coming, because based on my karmic reaction and my desires and things, it is said that am I destined to win or am I destined to lose. So it is said before. Lord Brahma knows. He knows. Krishna surely knows. But it is not me knowing. Coming, say, from the past. But how do I react to it is in my hand. And this is why throughout spirituality says, respect our present moment. If I respect my present moment, then I won't be affected by the consequences or what comes of it. Otherwise, I would be very much affected. Oh, it's a success or it's a failure. It's a success or it's a failure. But this is why we see it as a success or failure. Huh? But for Lord Brahma, it is not like success or failure as such. No. For For Lord Brahma, the success or failure is like real success or failure becomes then what? How do I actually respond to it? That becomes the success or failure. This is why it helps if I see things not as good, bad, success, failure sort of thing, but as events. If I actually see it as the events, then yeah, one thing, take it as an event, take it as an event, and ultimately put myself into uh, Krishna incidents. When I see, and this is why they say the hand of Krishna, or seeing the hand of Krishna or Krishna's involvement, and so lots more can actually be said on this, but maybe very soon I will give you all peace. So Krishna says like this shloka na, it helps us build our faith. I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So it is some people claim that practicing spirituality, Krishna consciousness, or some people think that they are too smart and they consider that those who are practicing, or it's just a faith-based practice, faith-based and all. It is not a faith-based practice, and they just blindly reject it, huh, without putting it into practice or without understanding themselves. If they cannot take in something with applying logic or intelligence, then how can one blindly reject it as well? If you do not cannot blindly accept it, then one cannot blindly reject it as well. And this is why Krishna is revealing himself more. And when we see more, the nakedness, the futility of this material world will be even more revealed. And that ways our participation with the material world will change drastically. And our participation with Krishna will also change drastically. This is what he's saying. The wise, those who know this, they become wise, and engage in my devotional service and worship with me with all their hearts. So if I can come up with a mathematical model, computerize something, then I can know, okay, head or tail will come. But because it's such a trivial thing, there is not a model around it. And I find, okay, it's by chance. Like football game, throw a toss a coin and see, and you decide which field and all. But is it not the similar thing? Tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and other big tech companies, are they not doing the same thing using algorithms? Is it not? There's a very popular on YouTube and other places, maybe on Netflix as well, right? This the social dilemma, and there are many as such. Uh, one I saw for myself, the social dilemma, wherein leaders of big tech companies, founders, leaders who left those companies, and they were sharing their experiences that when they introduced email, when they introduced say YouTube and things like that, and how it was sucking them in. And this is how like how to lure people, how to go through their emotions, desires and all, and see those algorithms and make, yes, this girl or this boy, is it is Sunday 5 p.m. Now what, the girl or boy is going to open their mobile phone, go on YouTube and click now. So who is robot? Are we robot, or the machines have become robot? We actually have become robot, because this is what like many tech companies, advertisement companies and everything, through studying our mind patterns and all, can work out, okay, this is what this boy likes, this is what this girl likes on social media, and this is their 5, 10 years, 20 years history and everything. And the process of Krishna consciousness is so powerful that it can flush off all our previous samskars, impressions, negative and even positive. and uncover that real love dormant amongst all of us. Otherwise, we live like robotic. We live very much robotic. We are dancing to the tunes of social media. We are dancing to the tunes of my mind and everything. So, in order, see, it is somewhat academic material intelligence which helps me build my faith in Krishna consciousness. This is why believe in the existence of God. But if I check, say, my mom and dad and people, mm, uh, say many elderlies, for them it was not a question of this because they had good faith and the society was living in a shaped in a different way then. Now the society is so differently shaped, so we need so much of logic and so much of arguments, which is also fine, anything which helps strengthen my faith in Krishna consciousness. So it is intelligence which leads, material also maybe leads me into the Krishna consciousness, but ultimately what is going to make me stay is faith. And through the words and wisdom of Krishna, I can completely build my faith. And by chanting the holy names of Krishna, and Krishna na, reveal, sitting in the heart, he will give us so much of ways to actually scientifically understand him. There was a devotee Kalakanta Prabhu come to Karuna Bhavan few months ago, and he's quite senior, and he's like into agriculture, farming, developing farm communities within ISKCON. So he came us to share some insights and all. And some of the things he was saying, he was born, raised in Brazil, studying in the UK, and when he saw the study, the education system, he wasn't happy. And in his practice, in his studies and all, he could see, okay, Krishna consciousness in a scientific sense. And then he came across devotees, started practicing, and he was telling some things about to us about crops, how they grow and all, jungle forest crops, and seasons and agriculture and farming. Wow, such a world of Krishna consciousness that was. And that is the beauty, the brain, the mind, the intelligence of Krishna, all combined is the beauty of Krishna. And he's the source. So I'm a part of Krishna's existence. Now it's so sweet, so calming it can be. I'm a part of Krishna's existence. On this note, I give you all peace for today. Maybe we'll continue a little bit more. We'll see tomorrow and further on. Any thoughts, questions, or comments? Thank you for your patient listening and encouragement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.